Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom across the world, welcome back to Biafra TV. Health is wealth. We're going to talk about something different today because I want every one of us to be alive and see Biafra restoration. Today you are going to see this, our amazing brother, Dr. Richard Okoye, who studied here in the state but decided to practice in Africa, Biafra land, even all the promises they made him here. And this very man, Pastor John Hagee, who is my pastor here in the state, what happened when he was sick and what is killing our pastors today in the name of faith and so many believers and what we can do to avoid those things. I want you to listen to Richard and I want you to take this serious. Please, let us save life.
Please hear me. This message is not targeted on anyone, but a call for revolution against ignorance-induced affliction, death in the continent of Africa, and most especially in the church. It's regrettable to let you know that today, in this side of the world, we hardly had cancer survivors. Why? Majority of people can't go for health check. Those that are sick will be told it's an enemy, it's a devil, it's an attack. And God's children will remain in the mentality of attack, binding one witches or wizard and demon, and go and take statistics. All of them in those demonic word and mentality, all die at the end of the day. Something is wrong somewhere. If we call it a gross deception or a gross ignorance ongoing in the church, the hour has come for us to say, enough is enough. Why? It's sparing nobody. Just last week and a week before, we recorded tragic events right there in the altar of two churches. Something is wrong somewhere. Altar of two churches, prominent men of God. This man of God that had impacted lives with a lot of inspirational programs he had was invited in Onitsha for ministration. A day before, in his testimony you will hear, he had a chest pain. But of course, an attack must have come in that mindset or something. Here is last word for the church of God, and in change of this ugly narrative we have shared for years. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Let's hear him.
Several things stopped me from coming today. First was last night. I had a very severe chest pain that I could not lie down, so I sat down till morning and prayed. So I said, okay, I'll still come. And then the vehicle matter happened on the road. So I asked the Lord, is this a sign that I shouldn't come, or is there somebody the devil is battling?
Did you know that after this, he couldn't stand again to speak? He got seated. The church thought he was just like he was really tired. He died. Of this one, what will you call him? The church have killed him, or God invited him to kill him. He died of cardiac arrest, secondary to heart attack, otherwise curable as it is right now. Because this man of God was never called home by God. Don't be deceived. Because his problem can today be discovered using what is called angiogram. If you do this angiogram in a cath lab system like this, it will trace and show where that block of that heart vessels are. And you know what? An angiogram can be done to enable this man of God continue his assignment. The same thing that happened to this man of God now in America. Very prominent TV evangelist, John Hagee. This man of God had similar problem of heart attack. In fact, his own was a complete block. He had to do coronary bypass surgery. He's back preaching. He used to be very fat. He was meant to reduce his weight in order to live. He had again what is called myasthenia gravis. He couldn't talk. He can't open the mouth. And you know what? He went through an injection of neoschemine 20 hours every month for 4 months. That is total of 80 hours injection. He is back, preaching the gospel, touching the lives of people. Yes, he's a faithless man. That's why he went to hospital. But the Bible said a living dog is better than a dead lion. Now a lion is gone. Call him a dog. He's still alive. We have lost enough. Majority of our pastors we have lost, we lost them between 40 and the 60 years. How can we call that one longevity? How do we preach longevity therefore? Same week on the 6th of February, a man of God, a bishop in a prominent ministry, touching the life. Previous day he was in a program. While in a church in his altar, he collapsed. And by the time they brought him to the hospital, anointing oil was all over, smeared all over the white cloth he was wearing. Stone dead. Stone dead. How long can we continue in this? How long can we be in position that the church cannot even be aware of what is cardiac arrest and even a knowledge of CPR? What should be done when a person suddenly slumped? I spoke last time, the son of a man we know who had touched many lives. As a matter of fact, the father of the church. The son slept and didn't wake up. And I said, no, this is a sign for us to be in position to say, let's release our men of God. With the mentality of you being a God, you can't be sick. You can't go down. Leave me. Jesus said, when I was sick, you didn't come to see me. In the prison, you didn't come to see me. He said, if you have not done this to any of this, my brethren, a child of God can be challenged with illness, but many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God can see him through. But we need to start from the known before we go to these demons and devils we are spreading everywhere in the mentality of people. Permit me to tell you something. The heart of a man is the engine of his life that needs servicing. If you look at this, you can see the different readings of the heart. At least the first thing to know is somebody had done ECG on this very fellow. He would have picked up ischemic changes that would just require an immediate intervention. We did a 24-hour ECG for a man where we plugged the machine, he slept with it. And when we analyze this reading across the 24 hours in his sleep and order, we discovered that a particular time his heart was dead, was not working. It was just and then start again, boom, 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 and then go back again. That is what makes some people will sleep, will wake up. And when people doctor is a demon, it's an attack to who? Or the Lord has called them to go to where? And if the church is scattered, try the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. Today we are seeing it right there. A man walked away, TB Joshua walked away from the church. Cardiac arrest. We said no, he knew he will die. Yes, defend anything you can defend. Today, let another person rise up to defend and be able to secure the faith and the salvation of many under his ministers of them. Strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. Satan has used this enough. Please, let's start today. Talk to your pastor, talk. Don't close your mouth. Things are going wrong and nobody is saying anything about it. If somebody dies, after a while it will be swept under the carpet. Let nobody. Who are we deceiving? A pastor told me something. He said that in our church we don't announce burial. And I said, my friend, it's self-denial. He said, either he did it or self-denial. A man had 100 sheep and lost one. He left 99 to find out what happened and what to do to prevent such. That's why he said, affliction shall not rise the second time, because it's expected of you to know why the first one happened, so as to prevent recurrence. Today we are burying people. Once they died and they are buried, everybody will forget the family, forget about that, as if it never happened, and continue on this demonic jamboree. Are we deceiving who? Time to release our men of God. Go for head check, man of God. Please. You need this body to carry the spirit. You are not the spirit. If this body goes down, anointing goes. When you say, by his stripes you are healed, therefore you shouldn't go to hospital, you shouldn't take care of your health, you shouldn't go for that surgery, it's not your portion, and all those demons are associated. Let me tell you one of those scriptures. In the book of Isaiah 54 verse 17, you know, it said, no weapon formed and fashioned against us shall prosper. True or false? If that scripture is available for all of us today, why are we still using mopo? That's a question. Why do you have to use mopo to protect yourself against gunshots, whereas 99% of cause of death is sickness itself? We won't protect against that one. We will carry mopo up and down, whereas there is a scripture for you. No weapon formed and fashioned against you. Why shouldn't it be used? Simply because Jesus is the wisdom and the power of God, and that wisdom to be here is what gives us direction. We can't continue to use foolishness as a matter of fact, ignorance, to destroy the life of people we call our members. A child will go perhaps one demon or one spirit or one enemy pursue you, you gave your life to Christ. 10 years after, they are still prophesying to you. It is that demon, is that person. Can't you think? Have we lost our sense of reasoning? That 10 years, 5 years after you gave your life to Christ, whosoever the Son of Man has set free is free indeed. Yet you are not free because of the poison that you have been told. It's an attack from the enemy. Watch all the people that have died. Do you know what? Before this time, HIV used to kill people. The people that are dying of HIV AIDS today, they are all in the church. Because we say, don't take your drugs. Don't take your drugs, it's not our portion. Wisdom is profitable to give direction. The time has come for us to let these ones out. People that are sick have the need of physician. That's what Jesus said. Please, go to hospital for health check. Most of the things we are suffering, they have solution. If it is within your financial capacity to solve that problem, demonstration of faith towards it is foolishness. If your problem is poverty dependent, tell God the truth. He can grant you favor. Don't use witches and wizards. Confuse everybody. Confuse even your own pastor that one demon is after you. Enough of this evil. We must rise up together to fight it. Enough is enough for this. A man of God will sleep, he will not wake up, collapse in the altar. What kind of message? They will say it's an attack of devil. Which devil? Ignorance in them.